The River Dee lay flat and grey as it widened towards the sea. On the lower ground in front of us was the enemy, and beyond them, Chester. 500, Finnan decided. I never thought I'd see this place again, I said. Never wanted to see it again. They broke the bridge, Finnan said, peering far to the south. Wouldn't you, in their place? The place was Chester, and our enemy was besieging the city. Most of that enemy was to the east of the city, but smoking campfires betrayed plenty to the city's north. The River Dee flowed just south of the city walls, then turned north towards its widening estuary, and by breaking the central span of the ancient Roman bridge, the enemy had ensured that no relief force could come from the south. If the city's small garrison was to fight its way out of the trap, they would need to come north or east, where the enemy was strongest. And that garrison was small. I had been told, though it was nothing more than a guess, that fewer than 100 men held the city. Finnan must have been thinking the same thing. And 500 men couldn't take the city, he said derisively. Nearer 600, I suggested mildly. It was hard to estimate the enemy because many of the folk in the besiegers' encampment were women and children, but I thought Finnan's guess was low. Tintrigg lowered his head and snorted. I patted his neck, then touched Serpent Breath's hilt for luck. I wouldn't want to assault those walls, I said. Chester's stone walls had been built by the Romans, and the Romans had built well. And the city's small garrison, I thought, had been well led. They had repelled the early assaults, and so the enemy had settled down to starve them out. So, what do we do? Finnan asked. Well, we've come a long way, I said. So? So, it seems a pity not to fight. I gazed at the city. If what we were told is true, then the poor bastards in the city will be eating rats by now. And that lot? I nodded down to the campfires. They're cold, they're bored, and they've been here too long. They've got blooded when they attacked the walls, so now they're just waiting. I could see the thick barricades that the besiegers had made outside Chester's northern and eastern gates. Those barricades would be guarded by the enemy's best troops, posted there to stop the garrisons sallying out or trying to escape. They're cold, I said again. They're bored, and they're useless. Finnan smiled. Useless? They're mostly from the Fyrd, I said. The Fyrd is an army raised from field labourers, shepherds, common men. They might be brave, but a trained house warrior like the 90 who followed me was far more lethal. Useless, I said again, and stupid. Stupid? Berg, mounted on his stallion behind me, asked. No sentries out here. They should never have let us get this close. They have no idea we're here, and stupidity gets you killed. I like that they're stupid, Berg said. He was a Norseman, young and savage, frightened of nothing except the disapproval of his young Saxon wife. 3 hours to sunset? Finnan suggested. Let's not waste them. I turned Tintrigg, going back through the trees to the road that led to Chester from the ford of the Mersey. The road brought back memories of riding to face Ragnall and of Haston's death, and now the road was leading me towards another fight. Though we looked anything but threatening as we rode down the long, gentle slope, we did not hurry. We came like men who were finishing a long journey, which was true, and we kept our swords in their scabbards and our spears bundled on the pack horses led by our servants. The enemy must have seen us almost as soon as we emerged from the wooded ridge, but we were few and they were many, and our ambling approach suggested we came in peace. The high stone wall of the city was in shadow, but I could make out the banners hanging from the ramparts. They showed Christian crosses, and I remembered Bishop Leofston, a holy fool and a good man, who had been chosen as Chester's bishop by Ethelfled. She had strengthened and garrisoned the city.